Now, folks, the video, the first I saw of this was probably what you've seen. And this was one that was on the cable news networks throughout the day yesterday. Hillary Clinton is standing next to a barricade and a light pole with her back to the camera and waiting for something. The van arrives from the left of the screen. As you're watching, the van arrives from the left, and the door opens to the van, and that's when everything happens. She stumbles forward and eventually looks like it's just a total collapse. There are people holding her by both arms. She collapses, and they it appears just shove her in that van. In the process, she lost a shoe. They got her in the van, they shut the door, but if you look carefully, if you play it back in a number of different speeds, and if you can focus on her, she's wearing all black, or it's all dark, you can see that she's bobbing up and down. She looked like she has lost neurological control. And then collapses. Now, the first thing they said, well, she lost her shoe. That doesn't explain this, and it didn't explain it. Now, there's another video that purports to show a different angle. But it doesn't. This second video has me really confused. In this video, the van approaches from the right. The purpose of the video is to show you a different angle. An angle that shows Mrs. Clinton more clearly. And in this video, the camera is much closer to the van. The van approaches, as you're watching, from the right. In the first video, the van approaches from the left. So what they want you to believe is that they've simply flipped this to show you a new angle. But you can't flip the video. I mean, you can play a video backwards, forwards, but it doesn't change the angle you're looking at. The footage is identical. This second video purports to show a new angle. And this new angle shows Hillary in even greater distress, or I should say it gives you a better view of the distress than the first video. But what is intriguing to me is that nobody seems to have noticed that it can't be the same video. How can, in one video, the van approach from the left and the door on the right side of the van open and Mrs. Clinton gets in? In the next video, same setting, but the van approaches from the right, with the street being on the left of it. And then the door opens in the van, which would be the left side of the van, and then Mrs. Clinton gets in. And all of the people in the video appear to be properly placed, and they appear to be reversed, where lapel pins are on the opposite lapel in the second video. It's a really great trick, but the second video can't be, one of the two can't be real. One of the two has to be, unless somebody can explain this to me. Now, I have not explained any of this to Coco. I should have explained this to Coco and had him put both videos up so we can do a side-by-side. But, Coco, they're both on YouTube. Find the video that Fox News played yesterday afternoon, and then go to the video you see on Drudge today. Do a side-by-side comparison of them. And you will see on one video, the van approaches from the left and doesn't get close to her. The shot is a fixed distance shot. The other video, the van comes from the right side. The camera's closer. People look identical. Hillary looks identical. Going into the van looks identical, but it's exactly in reverse, purporting to show a new angle. But if all you do is reverse it, you wouldn't see new footage. You wouldn't see a new angle. You would just see everything from the opposite direction. So I'm surprised the Clinton campaign hasn't objected to it. To one of the two videos is not right. Now, this is not to say that what is depicted in one of these videos is not true. It obviously is. I knew this was going to happen. I've got people saying, no, Rush, no, it's not two videos. They've just flipped it. They just flipped the videos. Well, then somebody explain to me something. How come in one video you can see more of what happens to her than you can in the other? If all they did was flip the video, and you cannot create a new angle with the same video. This second angle attempts to make you think the camera is to the left of where the original camera is, and therefore has a better view of Mrs. Clinton getting in the van. If all you're doing is flipping the video and reversing the direction, you're not going to change any angles because there's not a second camera. But Rush, I can see in that second video, you can really see her stumble. You can really see her fall to the ground. Yeah, but why can't you in the first? People are in the way. In the first video, you can't see. Well, the second video, they've zoomed it, Rush. That's part of the flipping. They reverse it and you're closer. Okay, all right, fine. You're not going to change what's on video if all you're doing is reversing. You cannot fake a second camera with a new angle showing something new if all you're going to do is take the same video and reverse the direction that it plays. The second video, and that's second in the order I saw them, so it could be the first one you saw. That's what makes this tough to go through. Anyway, this shall continue. I'm not suggesting the event didn't happen, folks, not by any stretch of the imagination. I'm just suggesting here that one must always be careful.